I'm not going to harp on this for too long because I think everybody already gets the point. Reddit and the actual regular sector has been pumping up marijuana stock because now they realize that because of President Kamala Harris, or I should say soon to be President Kamala Harris, they understand that marijuana legalization is at hand. Now, marijuana has been suppressed for the last couple of years. In fact, the marijuana stocks were actually doing a lot better a few years ago, and then they started reaching a sudden decline and sell off because ultimately the big problem was that marijuana was illegal. Now, Canada is where most of these marijuana companies are located because of the fact that they were illegal in America. However, now America is moving towards recreational and medicinal legalization. And the issue is that when one state does it, the state next to it ends up being forced to, because otherwise you'll have people leaving your state, going to other states, getting a high, taking their tax dollars, their cash money to those other states. No state wants that. For example, it would be illogical to have marijuana legalized in New Jersey but not New York, because all you would have to do is drive across the border to New Jersey, buy all your weed and this, that, and other. Some people are inevitably going to bring it back to New York, even if it's illegal, crossing state lines. Or people do the smart thing, stay over there in New Jersey, get high, and then come back to New York. But that would never work. So ultimately, legalization is coming, and that's just that. So what bothers me, and I'm gonna just do this real quick because I'm really excited and everything. What bothers me is that a lot of people just don't understand the rules of trading. For example, the first main rule is buy low, sell high. It doesn't matter whether you're doing stocks or anything else. Buy low, sell high. That's the first rule. I posted the rules. Second rule is buy on the rumor, sell on the fact. When I look at posts like this guy right here on marijuana stock trading, right here on Facebook. Sad day for me. Sold my 50 SNDL 250 calls yesterday for 45 cents. Congrats to everybody making money on this run. First of all, a lot of people ask me this. I don't do options trading, and I don't try to be smarter than the system, because I already know that chances are you're going to lose, especially when you're dealing with a situation like this where you have Reddit is pumping the stock, and the thing about it is you already know that there's a lot of people who already bought in who are waiting to sell out. So you're going to end up seeing these really quick sellouts. So the numbers will go up, but the problem is you're also watching a number of people who panic and sell out. When they're talking about holding the line, they're saying, no, don't sell out. But this is different because they're not buying in order to do these ridiculous attacks on hedge funds. They're buying in because they think that they're going to get wealthy off of these stocks, which some of them very well will. But I'm not doing options and put call. I'm not doing any of that stuff. It doesn't make sense. Now, this is just one trading group. They have 22,000 members. Eventually, it'll probably end up growing because you see how quickly Reddit grew after, the get-rich-quick scammers out there think that they can make a lot of money. So all of a sudden, they want to join these groups so they can find out what the next move is going to be. But as you know, I started with another guy. I started a group called Wall Street Trapping on Facebook. I don't know if you see these pop-ups from this guy, Noah Botkin. I'm about to block his ass because he's one of these people who thinks that you should be buying into this bullshit that you see Reddit pumping. But these numbers are already high. When I say buy on the rumor, sell on the fact, if you're buying into something because you hear everybody talking about it, that's the fact. You don't buy in then, because the problem is, unless it goes up in perpetuity, you didn't get in early enough to make the real money. Buy on the rumor, sell on the fact. I don't know what's so hard about that. But anyway, I posted this last one right here. I made $658 in just 11 minutes because at open this morning, these stocks flew up. I mean, we're going to the moon. We're going to Jupiter. We're going to Pluto. We're going way out there to Kepler B. That's where we're going. We're going to Centauri Prime, motherfuckers. So, as you know, if you follow my community chat, yes, I have passed $19,000 off of a $5,000 investment. And I said the next stop is $20,000. I don't know how long it'll take. It might take one day. It might take till Monday. I don't know. The next stop is 20,000. But let's analyze why that is. Well, the hardest pullers, as you can see, that I've got on this train, MJNA brought the market value $2,150. Now, how is that possible? Because the quantity I bought was 10,000 here. Now, mind you, this is just one portfolio. I actually own way more of these exact same stocks, but I only picked these for this portfolio as a teaching tool. Because, I don't feel, you see, a lot of people, they talk about their gains, they don't talk about their losses. I have so few losses at this point that I don't even bother, talking about them, because the losses turned into gains. I've been showing you this exact same portfolio and how it's evolved over the last couple of months. But anyway, MJNA, BLOZF, GRNH, MCOA, those were my main pullers. And as you can see, I got these things when they were less than a penny. And I always tend to buy like 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 shares if possible. So basically, you're talking about investing just $1,000 at most. Because of me personally, I don't really want to invest more than I care to lose. So when I go into these things, I usually take the YouTube money that I make, and I'll invest like $1,000 a month. And that's the reason why you see these crazy numbers that I have, like 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, so forth and so on. So that's basically it. These are my largest market values there. Those are like MJNA, blows off. These things have surpassed even my bank stocks and even my oil. But I'm not worried about what you surpass. The thing about it is, are you making me the profit? And in this case, just holding these gives me the dividend. That's why I made a video for you. See, and another thing that bothers me, like I have people who I know personally, and they're like, oh, I want to get into weed stocks. What's the best one? And I'm like, there is no best one. You have to put money in these things when it's cheap and wait and see what happens. There is no best one. Like, for instance, years ago, if you had invested in GameStop, nobody would have known that these idiots were suddenly going to start pumping up GameStop and that it was going to hit $480. Nobody would have known that. But if somebody had asked you what's the best video game store to invest in, I don't know, you might have gone somewhere else. The problem is, it's buy low, sell high. That's the bottom line. If you think a company is doing good and you like a company, you invest in it because it's making a product you believe in. That's why. There is no best one. I hate that mentality, because you know what that tells? When I hear somebody ask me what is the best one to get into, that tells me you're trying to get rich quick. I'm not trying to get rich quick. I'm trying to get rich slow. Getting rich quick slow gives you more discipline, and it gives you more time to manipulate the numbers and to think around the situation. It gives you more time to reinvest. If you're talking about these people get rich quick, you're talking about people just like this who think all they got to do is throw their money into the big names. But that is violating buy low, sell high. And if you violate buy low, sell high, you're going to get hit in the end. So I think I've made like every single time I've gone up $1,000 on overall, I've made a update video. So this time I'll just say the next stop is 20,000. And by the way, I've got this guy Noah who oh yeah, well, unless you sell your stock, you didn't capture the gains. And I'm like, hey idiot, you don't follow me on YouTube. I just made a video recently showing people how to sell out. Somebody asked me, well, if you sell out, how is it that your value is still going up? The reason why is because the things that I'm selling out are the stocks that I feel have reached a maturity that I don't feel I need anymore. Like, for instance, if I wanted to sell NIO right now, NIO's about, what, $62, and I would have made a profit off of each of those shares, right? So, and this, by the way, this is only 12 shares. I actually own 100 shares of NIO, but I bought these just for this portfolio with my $5,000 investment. So all I'm saying is, if I were to sell this right now, even though the market value here is $744, it wouldn't stop the rest of these from going up. But the thing, again, whenever somebody asks me a question like that, I already know that you don't understand what you're doing. And that's the danger of the stock market. The danger of the stock market is people, number one, risking money that they don't have by buying on margin, or people risking money that they can't afford to lose. Because if you're a person who's living paycheck to paycheck, then this probably isn't for you. this is dangerous investment for you because all you have to do is lose the right amount of money and you won't be able to pay your bills. I'm tired of the get rich quick schemers because it doesn't work. That's why I asked. I was like, hey guys, how's your Dogecoin doing? Well, let's see where's Dogecoin. Is Dogecoin to the moon? Where's Dogecoin? Dogecoin. Where the fuck? Where's Dogecoin? What's the Dogecoin price? What's that? What's that? 0.0722. It dipped a little bit, but it hasn't gone up much. Now, granted, if you're one of these people who bought into Dogecoin like 5 years ago or something, then yeah, you're most definitely up. The only problem is you can't sell because you're afraid of how high it might go. Because when you got people like, what's his name, like Elon Musk pumping this shit, if you bought this back when it was less than a penny, just like all my weed stocks, if you bought this when it was less than a penny, then you're afraid to sell out. That's the ultimate problem with these things. All of these cryptocurrencies are Ponzi schemes. They don't pay you dividends, and your fear is that if you sell out, that it won't appreciate again. You're afraid if you sell what you've got, yeah, you might get some profit here, but you're afraid of where it could go. That's how a Ponzi scheme works. And I believe personally, cryptocurrency in general, it's a perfect Ponzi scheme. But the SEC is jumping in there and attacking places like Ripple, and eventually they're going to come after Dogecoin. But that's the thing. You just don't know where it's going to go. That's why I would rather invest in dividend-paying stock, because it makes more sense over time. As much as I hold it, I'm still getting something back. Whether it's 3% or 10%, I'm still getting something back. But that's just my 2 cents. So yeah, we passed 19,000. I hope you're following my community post because you can see exactly where I am. The problem is these things rise so fast until I don't even feel like making videos about it, because the problem is it goes out so quickly until I go from one value to the next to the next to the next. So then you'd walk away thinking, oh well, he made $658. You wouldn't know how much more I made. But that's just how I feel about it. So once again, for people who are still trying to get in on these marijuana stocks, there are still the penny stocks, which I suggest you go after because it's an easier investment. It's like if you're splitting up money to make an investment, it's easier for you to go after the ones that are cheaper and make some small gains there. But I just wanted to let you know that's where I am. So that's just it.